We're here at the Lauwlandsee, and what's the attraction of the Lauwlandsee? Why is the piece here?
I was interested in creating a piece here because of the folklore stories that people come here to forget their sorrows, and so that was an initial attraction to the place, and it was always a magical place that I felt drawn to.
Can you talk a little bit about the piece and how it relates to the rest of your work?
I wanted to create a piece that that had this feeling of solidity and yet create a void, and it's basically profile poles that are installed prior to building a structure, to building a home, and which in other words is also a nest and kind of like a safety zone. And but I wanted to leave it just its skeleton form and build a house that will never be built and eventually basically collapse. So create this idea of building something that never gets realized. It was also a reaction to the relentless building and construction that society imposes on the earth, on the planet, and so that was an incentive, and to realize this and to bring that awareness.
And that's particular to here because in Stad, people are building ever larger homes.
Exactly, ever larger, and when these profile poles come up, they create a sense of angst and stress and or envy or fury, to others who are inflicted with what's going to come. So it's this idea that people are stressed because they don't know what's to come, but they have the right to protest. And so it's almost inviting this idea of protest where there will be no need for the protest. The poles were gilded by a woman who gilds churches, domes, and I wanted to bring in also a religious element to the piece. And I find that the gold also relates to Switzerland in the way that it's kind of Switzerland and gold is synonymous. A lot of stored gold, a lot of secrets kept, and also this idea of building kind of like a golden nest.
So the dream is embodied in the material.
Exactly.
Fantastic. I think unless you wanted to say something about the kind of spiritual aspiration of it, that it's pointing up into the sky.
In the way that it relates to elevation, also in the way that it points towards the sky, that it's a vertical piece, and it also it disappears in the landscape. It's almost respecting also the landscape in a way, and it's a minimal gesture, and so it I think relates in that way also to elevation.
And the profiles are a measure of height.
And the profiles are a measure of height, exactly, precisely.